Hi guys, welcome. I am here for the first live stream of the day. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Okay, so, well, I score 520 to 527 on the exam. Yep, I think you're going to do it. I think you're going to do fine on that test. Hannah, career. Being a little bit more assertive would definitely serve you well. You've got some good luck coming in under being assertive, leading to all 10 cups being full. Somebody may come back from your past that may be relevant to your career. Your career is about to transform. I don't know what it is that you do for a living, but you can expect things to move forward and evolve when the death card shows up. Sun comes out over your career. Leaving things in the past that no longer serve you, heading on to greener pastures, makes you feel like you've made it to the top of the mountain. You can take a breath of fresh air, sigh of relief. I don't know what you do for a living, but over the next couple of months, you're going to go through a transformation. Chloe, is it worth it to go on a date tomorrow with Lorenzo? 70% chance, yes. I would give it a shot. You know what I always say about that? The energy. One person's energy can call other people in. You may not be thrilled with him, but having him around you may bring in other people. So I don't think it's a bad thing. RZ, what's coming in love from me in a ways in the near future? He's an Aquarius. If you haven't seen or spoken to him in quite some time, he should show up or you should hear from him out of the blue. There may be some kind of adventure or something that you do out of the blue that makes you feel really good. You have a wish around the situation. But it looks like he's a little bit out of balance and he's not really looking for things to move forward in a romantic way. Death is also in reverse. So you may spend some time with him, but you just might not feel like things are getting off the ground with him. It may be the kind of thing where you feel like you're putting in a lot of effort, but you're not really seeing much of a payoff. Stupid thing. Ashmita, did my message affect RJ and when will he be in touch? Yes, you got a 33% chance it did affect him with one ace. Let's see, when is he going to be in touch? Could be within the next 2 weeks. The king, like it's about 13 days out. Or within that time frame. Talia may have a general reading for the month. This stupid ass commercial, that song winds up getting stuck in my head. Okay, so this month you've got a new opportunity when it comes to business, career, or however you make money. It could be a new opportunity, something you do in addition to. It could be a bonus, whatever it is, it's positive. Use your intuition. Someone from your past comes back who you haven't seen or spoken to in quite some time. Probably happy to see them. Doesn't have to be a love interest, but it could be. You do have the love cup being full this month and feeling successful around love, although you may feel like the relationship isn't moving fast enough for you. Give it some time. You got money flowing in, and you're also going to feel by the end of the month like you got some good karma on your side. Put a wish out into the universe. You just might get it. I think the biggest thing that happens this month is like career or business moves forward, or a new opportunity. Hannah. Oh, I did that one. Oh, you're welcome. Magic City. Will I get this job as an enrollment secretary? You got the world at your feet. Yeah, you could get it. You could get that job. Sister, his email was nasty. He said he didn't want to communicate and that he is allowed to ignore me and blame me. Should I respond? No, I wouldn't respond. Let's see. No, you see, this guy is like, it's almost like you never know what you're going to get from him. Like, he just lashes out for no reason. That could just be his personality, or with the devil card, he could be dealing with some demons of some type. I would give it some time. I wouldn't respond. If you respond, it's going to lead to an argument. I would at least give it some time. If you wanted to respond sometime next week, I would be okay with that, but I wouldn't answer right now. Because it's like you never know what you're going to get from him. Like, he can be decent one day and then he flies off the handle the next day. It's bizarre. He's allowed to ignore me. I mean, who says that to some? I know people do. I mean, I told you about that friend that I had that he said horrible things to me. Horrible things. But I think as you start to build your self-esteem a little bit more and your self-worth, you're not going to want to deal with people like this. You're going to see him for the asshole that he is. And it sounds harsh, but he reminds me a lot of the friend that I had way back when. And he was like this. You know, like when he needed me to do something for him, like I had to be there. But when he wanted to get rid of me, he got rid of me. I put up with it for a long time. Maybe 2 years. It was a long time. Now I look back and I'm like, I can't believe I stood for that shit. But you know, you live and you learn. Ashmeet says, RJ been thinking about me and missing my messages today. 33% chance, yes, he has been thinking about you and missing your messages. Mahalia, why can't I forget the Taurus from my past? Maybe there's some unfinished business. Let's see. There is anxiety around this situation, but there also could be some unfinished business. I don't know how often you see this person, how often you hear from them, but the Page of Swords, you could run into them or hear from them out of the blue, which also may be why there's anxiety around it. You may pick up this anxiety a couple of days before you run into them somewhere, or you may hear from them or hear something about them. Moving forward, you hold yourself back a little bit. So that's part of why you're holding on to the past. But I do think that there's more to come from this situation. You've got the Magician here, and you have a new opportunity coming up. The thing is that they're probably still thinking of you too. They haven't let go of you totally either. So it's a combination of them holding on to you, you holding yourself back, and then there's more to come. At some point, you have another conversation, or you run into them, and then we got to see where we are at that point. You know, sometimes, like, I can think of this situation years ago. I was 15. I started dating this guy. He was like 17. And I just thought, like, I thought he was great. I don't know. We were like, yeah, I was 15. What was it? Whatever. Anyway, things went south for us. And he started dating someone else. I didn't run into him again until I was 19. And it was then that I was able to have the discussion with him. And when he came back when I was 19, and it was the kind of thing where, like, I didn't go calling him. I didn't look for him. We ran into each other at the diner. Um, it wasn't the same. I didn't feel the same. And he moved away, and I didn't really care. But sometimes you got to go back and revisit it so that you can move forward. And this may be one of those cases. Hey, what's going on over there, lady? You want to come over here? You want me to come get you? You want to go in the bouncy? Want to go in the bouncy? You want to finish this? No? You want to go in the bouncy? Want to go in the bounce? You gotta get those chunky legs in there. There you go. There you go. There you go. I'm gonna go right here. I'm over here. Miss Ronnie, general for the week ahead. I'm off from work. Oh, nice. Intuition is spot on. Work with your intuition. You may be picking up a spiritual practice. Excuse me. That you think that's funny? Oh, she's laughing at the dog. A spiritual practice that you may be working with this week that you get a lot out of. Love cup is full, and you're spending time with a love interest for certain sometime this week or throughout the week. Somebody from your past also may be showing up. It could be an old friend, it could anyone, but someone from your past you may reconnect with this week. 2 of Wands, feeling prepared. Life moves forward, feeling prepared for things to happen. Feeling successful. Feeling like you're in a good place this week, for sure. You might also be thinking about leaving things behind that aren't working for you and changing things up a little bit. Not a bad idea. I think the week will be good. Ashmita, what's next for me and RJ? Communication's going to come back in. It may take a couple of weeks, but you got air communication. Messages come back in. The relationship may go through a little bit of a weak moment. And then there may be a delay when it comes to a new beginning, but you'll get past it. You'll get past it. And then there may be some spontaneity that comes in. It's not going to happen right away. It's going to be a couple of weeks out. But communication should come in. That's going to be the next thing that happens in the next couple of weeks. Entity. Why has they been so hot and cold with me? There's arguments around him. So if he's not arguing with you, he's arguing with somebody else. He's taking it out on you. He also feels like he's got a long road ahead of him. And there may be a third-party situation that's involved here that is affecting you. Now, if he's fighting with somebody else, there's the third party. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ever have a situation where, like, you're mad at one person, you take it out on someone else? That's what he's doing. So the third-party situation doesn't necessarily have to be another lover or a love interest, but there is somebody else that's affecting this situation. He's feeling like he's stuck in the mud and like life is going nowhere for him. So he's not going through an easy time. You're just kind of catching the highs and lows of it. It's not right. I hate when people do that, but you know, we're human. I guess that's what happens. Soleil, why is Leroy treating me so bad? I'm so hurt. The things that he says to me and how he treats me is heartbreaking. What should I do? Okay, well, you got to do what's best for you, and this is what's coming up in your life. You've got the sun coming out. You got to change for the better coming up. You may not be feeling prepared right now, but you have the strength to make the changes. So if you're not happy and you feel like this guy is not treating you right, I would get out of here. You know, I think a lot of people, they think things are going to change, and things don't change. I mean, they can change, but a lot of times once people have gotten to the point where they're taking one another for granted and they're being cruel, do you really want to be treated like that? No. So you have a wish that comes in around you. Put it out into the universe. You know, take some time away from him and see how you feel. You know, like I think that most of us don't want to be alone. I just watched this video last night. I'll put it on my community page, because everything this guy has been saying is like, it's said better that I've been trying to say. What he's saying is that relationships, and not just relationships, everything, relationships that are functioning because they're two codependent people that can't deal with being alone, those relationships are going to crumble, and they're crumbling now. I'm not saying that that's your case, but if it is something you're going through, like just the question, he's treating me bad and I'm hurt, so why do you want to be with him? And listen, I've been in the same situation before. I've lived through this, so I get it. Well, why do I want to be with this person when they treat me awful? But relationships that are built on like an ego thing and codependence are going to crumble. We're moving into a time now where people are going to start to do better alone, and they're not going to feel like they need to be with someone else. A lot of times people hold on because they just don't want to be alone. Those are questions you have to answer yourself. Am I just staying in this relationship because I don't want to be alone? Am I just afraid of being alone? Because if that's the case, facing that fear will definitely push your life forward for the better reasons, rather than just staying in a situation where you feel like you're being mistreated. I mean, it's terrible to be, I mean, half the people that I answer the questions for, I mean, look at the way they've been treated. I've been in every one of those situations. Why hasn't he called? When is he going to call? Is he going to show up? I mean, I've gone through this, like the other one with, his email was nasty. Why do we have to stand for this? I mean, I had my friend Matt, so he used to say horrible things to me. Like, I have the idea of what the model should look like, and you're just not it. Meanwhile, you should see who he was using as models. Like, I figured, like, you know, his models were just average people. Why couldn't I be one? But no, I couldn't. I wasn't good enough. And I stood for it. So think about it. This is not how you want to be treated. I would get out of there. Brenda, how would things go if I reach out to Bobby? Okay. You may get like mild anxiety over it. Not a big deal. Timing may not be right just yet. You got the heartbreak card here. And you got somebody moving on. The timing right now doesn't seem good. We can revisit this question like in a week or so. Let's see if it passes. But with the heartbreak card and the Six of Swords, I would suggest not doing it right now, because you may not get the answer that you want. Alicia, will I go up to New Hampshire? New Hampshire as planned tomorrow, and how will it go? I'm only getting a 33% chance that you're going to go tomorrow, and the Six of Wands is in reverse. So I'm not convinced that you're going to go tomorrow. If you do go, it would go pretty well. Maybe it's a timing thing. Maybe it doesn't happen tomorrow. Maybe it happens next week or something. But when you actually do go, it should go well. T Swiss. Does H have feelings for K? Yeah, I think that he does have feelings for K, or I think H has feelings for K. Yes. So, like, what will happen today when his company comes over? It looks like it's a pretty decent time. The Six of Wands is success. It also looks like there's good luck around the situation. And you might feel burdened by this situation. You may feel like you want to walk away from it. Maybe you retreat. Um, and it may, like the Knight of Pentacles is here, which is like slow moving. I don't know if you might feel like it lasts forever, like that kind of a thing. Like, God, I just want these people to leave. I don't know. I think it'll be okay. I don't think it's going to be a bad thing, but you just might be hoping that it ends. I don't know how many people he's having, but it looks like the night seems to drag for you. I don't know how anyone else feels. Soleil general. Okay, be careful that you're not holding yourself back. The cards urge you to set up boundaries, set up limits, and don't stand for any bullshit. You maybe feel the weight of the world is on your shoulders, but you have justice on your side. Trip to water, by water, or around water, or this could be leaving for a greener pasture. Not being happy where you are, moving on. You're about to begin a personal transformation. You may be going back to school. You also may be picking up a little bit of anxiety, but that's okay. Possibly a raise or a new business opportunity could come in too, like before the end of the summer. Miss Shante, general. Watch out for arguments. You got the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands. Arguments. It could be you got a Taurus and a Capricorn around you. I don't know if there are people that you could be arguing with, but that might come up. You also have feeling a little bit burdened down by the situation, but it moves into the past. Put a wish out into the universe. Feeling a little bit more balanced, a little bit more grounded, and happiness comes in with the 10 cups being full. 10 cups full is like happiness on all levels. So you may go through a little bit of a shit show, but once you come out the other side, things should be pretty good. Red Nappy, how are finances looking when I move out? Not too bad. You feel a little bit grounded and stable with your current job, and the sun comes out around the situation. There may be a little bit of delays, or there could be some spots where money gets a little bit tight, or you're feeling like you're in a pinch, but you get through it. You also feel like you have a little bit more respect, or you're getting better compensated by your job, work, or whatever it is that you do. There may be like a couple of moments where you're like, shit, I don't know if I'm going to make it, but overall things start to move forward for the better on a whole. You know, like there are moments, you know what I mean? Like if I look back to my finances last year I was in a much worse circumstance than I am now. But even now, even though I'm doing much better, I still have certain weeks where I'm like, oh man, it's a little tight. But you get through it. Overall, you're gonna be fine. T-Swiss, general. You may have a new job opportunity or a new business idea that comes up. It could also be something that you do on the side, and you're prepared to take on the challenge. Four of Wands is, it's always positive. It could be changing homes, upgrading your home, moving homes, redecorating your home, whatever it is, it's usually very positive. You have good luck coming in. Things should start to fall into place for you. You're also about to embark on a personal transformation. Four of Pentacles. It could be that financial security is coming in or stability comes in, which makes you breathe a sigh of relief. You may be spending a lot of time coming up with a Virgo. There's also a Sagittarius that comes in around you out of the blue. Sarah, energy around T and I. Happiness. That's an excellent card to get. The energy, his feelings, the energy is good. It's happiness. But his feelings, he's a little bit undecided. He thinks that you're attractive, abundant, kind, successful, that you have a good personality. He's just a little bit undecided about his feelings overall or what he wants to do. But the energy is very good. Just give it time. It may just work itself out. Goddess, how is housing looking over the next 3 months? Good. Feeling like you can breathe a sigh of relief. Feeling like the world is at your feet. The better. You may be business or something that you're doing all yourself, and all 10 cups are full. You should be looking for at least a year, I would say. Phantom, is the Pisces or the fire sign woman approaching me someone that I chat with online or have in person? Okay. Is the Pisces someone online? The Pisces is online. Let's see. Is the fire sign somebody online? Yeah, I think they're both online. I think the buffering stopped. Yeah, it did. Okay. So what you should know about G, their life changes quickly for the better. They have a lot of choices around them. They're constantly growing and evolving. They could be very argumentative at times, but they have a good... All right, hopefully it's not going to do that again. Okay, so basically, they're a very hard worker. They're somewhat financially stable. They feel like things fall into place for them. They could be a little bit argumentative. They have choices around them. They're Goddess. I don't know why it keeps doing that. If it happens again, I'm just going to shut this one off and start over. So annoying. I don't know why that happens. Goddess wants a reading for this upcoming week. Oh, good boy. Success comes in around an endeavor that you've been working hard for. Passion comes in. You may be spending a lot of time with a Virgo. Moving forward, you feel like finally you could breathe a sigh of relief and that you've made it to the top of the mountain. I think it'll be a decent week for you. You also might have some choices and some money is flowing pretty nicely. I'm sweating. It's hot in here. But the air conditioner is loud, so I'm trying not to put it on. Ashmita, should I reach out or wait for him? I wouldn't reach out. I would wait for him. I would definitely wait for him. Yeah, I wouldn't reach out. Not now. Soleil, what's the reason behind him being cruel to me? He's gotten to the point, like this situation has gotten so, it's just gotten so destroyed with all the arguing and the fighting and the breaking up and the moving in and moving out. He's tired of it, and his patience have worn thin. He's got anxiety around a tower moment, and walking away. He's coming to the end of his rope. He really is. Um, it doesn't give someone the reason to be cruel, but I kind of understand where he's coming from, because when I was in that situation, like I was so frustrated all the time. You know, like I felt like no matter what I did, there was always a fight. It was always, you know, like I could have, no matter how lenient I was and I gave in to everything, it still ended up in a fight. I think that the best thing to do really would be to take some time away from one another and see how you really feel, because there's no reason to treat somebody cruel, but he's at the brink right now, because of all the drama that's been back and forth. I would suggest taking a break or taking some space, even if you just took a weekend away from him, and see how you feel after that. L, general for August. You got the Lovers, the first card that comes in, and this may happen out of the blue if you're not with anyone right now. If you are, current relationship grows, transforms, and rekindles. You have the World at your feet in August. Leaving things in the past that no longer serve you, old regrets, negativity, whatever, it's moving into the past. Moving forward, you have divine timing happening. Things start to fall into place for you. You also may have a new business deal or a new business something that brings in a substantial amount of money in the month of August. Soleil, it's not about being alone. He knows that I'm in a tough place because I gave up my apartment to live with him. I don't really have anywhere to go now. Yeah, I know. But you can get something else. Well, I don't mean being alone like living alone. I mean not being in a relationship. Like for some reason, a lot of times people, they just don't want to not be in a relationship. And if it's going to end with one person, they want someone else right there waiting. And that's the issue. If you have nowhere, I mean, you did apply for that other apartment, so you know, you could get that. You have a wish too. You could get that other apartment if you set your mind to it. I think that it's gonna. I think if you choose to do that, it'll work out fine because you've got justice and success around it. But that doesn't. Moving out and not living with him might not fix the problem. Because the problem has been going on before you moved in. Breaking up, fighting, getting back together. I mean, the moving in and moving out part that's just recent, but this has been going on. And like I said, you're the one that has to make the decision if you want to be treated like this. If you don't want to be treated like this, you can end things and walk away from him. Maybe wait until you get the apartment and then decide. But he feels like his patience is worn thin. That's how he feels. And yeah, I don't know if he's gonna cut the shit. See, the thing is that it does show that this relationship can rekindle, but it's, do you want it to? See that, like, do you want it to? After all the ups and downs and ins and outs, do you want to continue with this? That's going to be your choice. Miss Ronnie, male or female, someone from my past. Okay, is it going to be a male? I think it's a male. Yeah, I do think it's a male. Priscilla, how is Antonio feeling and thinking today? He's coming up a little bit out of balance today. A little bit argumentative and a little bit lazy. You know what? He feels like everything is just not working for him. Nine. Will Tyrus reach out now that I've broken up with Andre? Okay, let's see. Yes, he will. He will. Soleil, how does his best friend Cameron feel about me? He's a little undecided. He thinks that you're nice, intelligent, attractive, hardworking, smart, ambitious, but he also thinks that you're argumentative and a little bit dramatic. And he thinks that this relationship can be kind of like not really going anywhere. Miss Rosie, how will he feel once I tell him what's on my mind? All right, I don't know what you're going to tell him, but this is what it comes up as feeling like he's been stabbed in the back and feeling like he's been uprooted. Feeling like luck is not on his side. Wheel of Fortune is upside down. Phantom, general reading. General reading for Phantom, the Gemini. Wow, it's pouring again. So I went out last night looking for the cat. I couldn't find it. But when I got outside and I walked up to the street, I bet it was coming from the restaurant. I bet you it was eating out of one of the restaurant thingies because it sounded like it was over in that direction. At one point, it sounded like it was in my house. But when I went out back, there was nothing out there. It was coming from across the way. You might have a new business opportunity or job opportunity, bonus, promotion, something that comes in relatively soon. It could push your life forward quickly for the better. It might be something that falls into your lap. You may be spending a lot of time with a friend of yours. It looks like it's a friendship, somebody it could be a Gemini. You also have a Virgo. I think they're just friends. I don't think they're love interests. Feeling like you're moving into a time of personal power where a lot of happiness comes in and a lot of good luck. Coming into your own personal strength brings in a lot of passion and a lot of choices. Rosie, has Jay the Pisces moved on from me, and if so, why? No, he hasn't moved on yet, no. Rosie, what's coming for me by the end of the summer, work, love? Rest and relaxation is coming in for you before the end of the summer. You may be feeling mildly disappointed in love, but when it comes to work, you're feeling well respected and money is flowing in. And then a new love interest comes in or a love rekindles. You may be spending time with a Cancer. You may get a new beginning when it comes to love. And you may be getting something with your career where things change overnight quickly for the better, brings in much more money with the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, before the end of the summer. But the first thing that it shows is rest and relaxation, taking time for yourself to recharge, which is a good thing. Miss Ronnie, spiritual growth feeling blocked lately. Oh, that's common. We live in this shitty world here, so how could you not feel blocked? Okay, all right. You're going to continue down the spiritual path. You're probably going to turn a corner soon. You also have a wish around the situation. So this block here is temporary. Moving forward, you're going to start to feel a little bit more peaceful, a little more connected to your intuition, and you're going to start another new transformation. The death card, things start to evolve again. This is just a moment in time. It's normal. It's normal. Everyone goes through it. RZ, what's coming in love for me? Near future, I'm a Virgo. You might have a little anxiety around love. It's minor, it's moving into the past, about to embark on a new journey. There is a new love interest coming in around you. It could be a Cancer. There's also a Pisces around you that's looking for a new beginning. The world is at your feet. Your love life can move forward quickly. Being prepared, there's a Pisces here that's going to want to move forward quickly. Brenda, if I don't reach out, will Bobby reach out or communicate with me soon? Yes. Yes. And you can reach out. I just wouldn't do it this week. But if you don't, he will. No, it wasn't my cat. Last night when I was doing a live stream, like you could hear a cat outside, like it was meowing, and it was like really loud. Like from in here, we could hear it, and it was pouring out. But I just felt like I had to go look for the cat because if it was wounded or something. But I think, to be honest, I think it was fine, and that it was just eating from the restaurant across the way because there's no cat here. Like I went all the way up to the street. There was nothing. There was no cat in the back. I've never had a cat. I've only had dogs. Soleil, next for Leroy and I. You may decide to take a break, walking away, feeling burdened by the situation, feeling hurt. A minor argument, this is a minor argument. And you may decide to take a little bit of space. Phantom, question below. Do I have anyone coming in other than the online options? You have a Sagittarius coming in. You have another fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Possibly two Sagittarius. Yeah, and one may be pretty persistent. Shay, a question for Sonia. Oh, thank you. Sonia, you can post your thing with hearts, the purple hearts, if you haven't yet. Carla, will I be able to finish an academic assignment by the end of the year? Yes, I think you can. Yes, I think you'll finish it. Set your mind to it and you'll finish it. Soleil, how will I get along with Cameron today? It should be well. You should get along fine. The Chariot and the Knight of Cups. Things move along well. Soleil, how will I feel How will I feel about Tasha today? Okay. Got the double-edged sword around this one. You may not be crazy about this person, but it looks like there's spontaneity around the situation, or it's not that bad. You like the Fool is a new journey. So you may in the beginning feel like this person's an ass, and then kind of, you know, as the night progresses, feel like, oh, maybe it's not so bad. Use your intuition with the Moon card, but the Fool is like spontaneity, so it's not that bad. Alpha Omega, what are Rebecca's current feelings and thoughts towards me? Oh my God, it's pouring. She's prepared to put in some hard work. She may not be ready for a total love connection, but she is going to be looking to spend some time together, or you should be hearing from her out of the blue. Things should start to feel a little bit more balanced. There could be celebration around the situation that brings in happiness. I wouldn't try to force anything. I think it's all going to happen organically. She's prepared to do a lot of work, but she's not like full-blown love relationship just yet. So just give it time, because I think that piece could come. Sonia, why does my father treat me the way he does, and why does he always put blame on me and never trust my words? Okay. He comes up as argumentative right there. You have a wish, put it out into the universe. All right, it shows here that you are feeling weighed down, burdened, and hurt by the situation, but it's not going to hold you back. You know, it's like in a bizarre way, it's like he feels like the pressure is going to make you a better person, or he's going to make you live up to a higher standard. You're already at a higher standard. You're already there. He just feels like if he comes down on you harder, then you're going to do even better. You got another transformation coming up. You can't do any better than you're already doing. He blames you. That's his own problem. That's his own insecurities, using you as a scapegoat. You have the strength around you not to let it bother you. He's skeptical of you because I don't think he trusts himself. People that have a hard time trusting are usually not trustworthy people themselves. What are you doing over there? Are you bouncing around? You're a little head. What, you want to come out? You don't want to be in the bounce? You need to get a little exercise. You slept all afternoon. Moon Honey. The outcome of the current idea. Okay. Wow, what a storm. The current idea could produce a new journey. The love cup is full. Use your intuition. There's the new idea. I would toy around with it. It's something that could take off. Priscilla, will I get to see Antonio this summer and talk? A 70% chance, yes, you will. Phantom, why were people so mean to me in the past? You know, I've had a lot of people be mean to me in my day too. And now that I'm older, I wouldn't stand for it. No, not that I wouldn't stand for it, but I could stick up for myself a little bit better than I used to. I think that a lot of times, this is going to sound terrible, people are mean to you because they know they can be. who was I was just saying this to somebody the other day. People know what they can get away with certain people. If you were a hot-headed asshole, nobody would be mean to you because they would be afraid of what you were going to come back with. But being that they know what they can get away with, they can be mean to you because they know that you're going to stand for it. It's really shitty that that's how humans are, but that's how humans are. If you open your mouth and stick up for yourself, people don't do it anymore. You know, like I mentioned the story about my aunt, who she always made slick comments to me, but always when no one was around to hear it. Comments about my weight, or comments about me not being married, or something, whatever. But you know, if I would have turned around and like punched her in the gut, you know, like, and said, "Hey, have you seen the size of your fucking ass? Don't talk about mine." But I would never talk like that to someone, and she knew that. So you know, you don't want to, I don't want to tell people that you got to be more of an asshole, but it's unfortunate, you know, that like you know that I'm not going to be mean to you, so you use that against me. You bite back a couple of times, and people change their tune. You know. It's the truth. It really is the truth. I mean, I used to work with this girl. We were like in our early 20s, and this girl was such a bitch. For no reason, she was a bitch. And like people like were like afraid of her. I mean, now I look back and I'm like, I mean, how pathetic. But I remember like going over to her desk to ask her for something, and she was in the middle of something, so I didn't want to interrupt her. Like, you know, when someone's standing over you, and I wasn't like behind her. What came up next to her? I was waiting for her to be done, and she was like, didn't even look at me. She goes, she's looking down. She's like, if you're not going to say something, I'm not going to acknowledge you're there. Like, really? Really? I didn't want to interrupt her because I thought that if I would have interrupted her, she would have been like, can't you see I'm in the middle of something? But meanwhile, I'm the one that was afraid. She didn't care. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to give a zinger every now and again. Miss Rosie, how does he feel about our upcoming meeting to chat? He feels good about it. He's a little bit skeptical, and not so much skeptical, like holding himself back. So he may be a little closed off in the beginning, but as you know, as the conversation progresses, he feels successful, and it feels like there's some relief around the situation. Back up to the top. Jessica A, is the Pisces still returning? Yes, Pisces is returning. Yep. Adonis. Oh, that's not a question. All right, hang on. Mercury, I think, went, what's today? I think Mercury is going direct this weekend, maybe tomorrow, but it's still going to be in the shadow period for a little while. Phantom, general reading. Oh, I did that one. Oh, maybe, hang on. Oh, this is when it was buffering. I am at Cinnamon Toast. When will I get financially stable to move out of my own place? The Two of Hearts. By the month, it's sometime between the month of February and next spring, you should be financially stable and in your own place. Mihak, general for the next 2 months. Somebody from your past returns. It could be an old friend, it could be an ex-lover. Either way, that could be a separate issue, but you also could be involved in a love triangle of some type. Might not have anything to do with the person that comes back, or it could. Either way, out of the blue when you least expect it, this happens. You have a love relationship coming in. If you're not with anyone right now, if you are, current relationship can rekindle. Feeling like you're in the right place at the right time. You may be picking up a spiritual journey or a spiritual practice that you get a lot out of. Feeling prepared. Plus you have hard work coming in, or a new course, a new area of study that leads to all 10 cups being full. You want to come out? You want to come over here and sit next to me and Dylan? Yeah, you don't want to be in the bouncy anymore? Come on. 1, 2, 3. All right. You don't want to be in the bouncy? You want to come over here? Yeah. Don't. You're gonna go right for the cards. She's gonna be a card reader. I can tell. She's always trying to grab for the cards, and she listens to this all day. Right? You listen to this all day. You do, right? Trying to sit up. Yeah. All right. We are at TT. What does Spirit want me to know this month? Spirit cards. Hey, you're sitting up good. Yeah, you learning? The Knight of Water, emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals. The need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. The Three of Earth. The power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, being a team player. The Five of Fire, competing goals, bothersome details, and conflict with others. Here, play with Sully. Miss Ronnie, you were right saying the Sag will be stagnant this week. How's the week ahead look? Okay, let's see. Okay, what's going on with the Sag this week coming up? There's things could change this week. You've got some passion that comes in, things changing quickly overnight. Possibly taking a trip to water, by water, around water, spending time near water, and you have some good luck around the situation. This week coming up, a new journey too. So this week may be a little bit better. Dylan, you smelling the fresh air? He's at the window. Dylan. Shay, what do I need to know for the rest of July? All right, let's see. Okay, rest of July, you have the opportunity to possibly go back to school, take a course, something that learn a new skill of some type, and you would be prepared for that. Feeling like the time is right, or if the everything falls into place to get you to where you have to go, if you want to do that. Magician is here. You can manifest just about anything you want. Somebody comes in out of the blue who you haven't heard from in quite some time. You have cause for celebration. Could be an old friend. It doesn't have to be, but it could be anybody. Somebody from your past, and you're happy to see this person. Look out for a little argument with someone. The Lover's card is here. It's possible of a current relationship moving forward, or if you're not seeing anyone, a new love interest comes in the month of July. Yeah. What are you looking at? Are you looking at the pile of laundry I have to fold? I know, I'm lazy, right? The cat was loud, I know. But when I went out there, when I got outside, it sounded like it was across the street. That's like a high-end restaurant too. So the cat was eating good. The cat was eating better than I have in a long time. I got through a lot of people. Good. Is there anyone here that I haven't answered for? I'm not seeing anyone. Anybody here that I haven't? Oh, Laugh. Okay, let me find Laugh. Laugh. Will Sam reach out to my friend Kate? Okay, let's see. Is Sam reaching out to Kate? Sam's going to reach out, but it may take a minute because it's a low percentage, 33%. It might take a couple of weeks, but he will reach out. Anna, will my ex try to come back to me? Will the ex try to come back to Anna? Yeah, 33% chance, which only means that it just may take time. It might not be, he may not be trying this month or next month. It may take a little while, but he does try to come back. All right, anybody else here that I haven't answered for? And then I'll take the moderators. And then I'll be back on tonight at 9:30. Fatal, does Deverick know I'm going to be a nurse? I get a 70% chance he knows. Yeah, I think he knows. Yeah, you could close the donations. Jalissa, send me a question. I'll do it. Shay, did my sugar jars work? If they haven't worked yet, they will be working. I feel like the jars are just, they're like slow and steady, but it's going to work. Right? It's jar spells. And now the baby food comes in those little jars. Those are great for ammonia jars. The little ones that the baby food comes in. Yeah, it's thundering. Yeah. Let's do, there's a couple of people here that I didn't get to. Dior's box, how's my ex feel that we aren't talking? Regretful. First card that comes up is regretful and argumentative. They're not happy about not talking, but they may be a little bit stubborn. That's all. Valentina, general love for the month. Got an air sign coming in, could be an Aquarius. They may come in out of the blue when you least expect it with the Page of Swords. You may feel very well balanced. This person may be a hard worker, or you could meet them through your work or their work. If you're not with anyone right now, divine timing is going to take you places. If you're not with anyone right now, you can expect divine timing to step in. The Magician, you can manifest it too. Happens out of the blue when you least expect it. Daniela, how is my ex doing? They're okay. On one hand, they're feeling very perseverant and like they're pushing through it. And on the other hand, they're a little bit of a disaster. But, oh, I mean, okay. They're okay. Jayla, so when am I going to hear from him? It's going to be before the end of the summer. There's a 10 around it. So it may be, it could be August 10th, but it's before the end of the summer. All right. So just Mel and Zara are the only ones left. And then I'll be back on tonight about 9:30. Wow, that rain is crazy. I like rain though. Updated love reading from Mel. You got good luck around love. Good luck comes in. You also have some choices, feeling like the world is at your feet. If you let go of heartbreak, heartache, pain, whatever it is in your past, and you don't hold yourself back, you can have a decent spiritually connected relationship. You got a couple of different people here. You have a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. You also have somebody coming back from your past. That person, I think, could be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. If you don't hold yourself back, things can move forward in your love life, and it could be legit, or it could be, a stable relationship. Sarah, has Stavros going to do with me? He passed today out my home with his car. I was out and he ignored me. Yeah, he may have been driving by looking for you. And then he was an ass. You're going to hear from him. See, he's got the double-edged sword. So it's like he comes by looking for you, but then he doesn't do anything because he's a shithead. He's undecided. He doesn't know what to do. Like, he wants to know what's going on, and then he doesn't have the nerve. He didn't look at all. You sure he didn't see you? Because it's like, it was no accident that he drove past your house. It wasn't. Either way, I think you'll hear from him eventually. But you have a lot of other things going on around you. There's several different people around you. Me, yeah, I'm in New York. I'm Eastern time. You'll hear from him eventually. He's like being a stubborn child right now. Yeah, because when you want to avoid someone, you don't drive past their house. You know what I mean? You just don't. Yeah, I mean, if I didn't want to bump into someone, I'd do whatever I can to avoid where they live. Believe me, I really do. And I will, like, drive miles out of my way. I don't give a shit. Oh, I'll answer for Darlene before I go, yeah. What's the question? Love reading for me and Kevin. Okay, let's see. What's going on for Darlene and Kevin? Things may be slow moving between the two of you right now with the Knight of Pentacles. And it may feel like he's pulled his energy away or he's walked away from things. I don't know if you haven't heard from him in a while because it looks like communication is down for a little bit. But moving forward, communication could come in. It's not going to happen right away, but things move forward with the Chariot. I don't know if he's got somebody else around him. He may have somebody else around him right now, but Communication should be picking up at some point this summer, I think. Yeah, he's a little undecided about what he wants. So if he's been an asshole lately, it's because he doesn't know what he wants and he gets a little frustrated with himself. Um, Give it a little bit of time. I think communication is the next thing that picks up. And we'll see what happens with that third party. Maybe at that point, the third party will have gone. All right, I'm going to go, but I'll be back on tonight at 9:30. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you all. Have a nice afternoon. Oh, the rain's starting to let up a little bit. Wow, but it's really, it's really pouring. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, Lucky Rose, was there wait a minute. Was there one more super chat? I'll just do it. It's fine. How does a Gemini feel about me? How does the Gemini feel about Lucky Rose? Let's have a look. Thinks that you're lucky, kind, big-hearted, or that you have a big heart. You're very caring. Thinks that you're very intelligent, nurturing, successful, attractive, artistic or creative, maybe creative. Thinks that you're stable, humble, down to earth, happy, intuitive, attractive comes up again, and so does intelligent. Not bad. Not bad. All right. All right, Zara, I'll see you tomorrow. And the rest of you, if you come back tonight at 9:30, I'll see you guys then. I'll see you in a little bit. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.